Well, it's Tuesday.
It is.
And we're still doing the gathering of Victorian locomotives.
This is another one.
And I can just hear a few people out there going, that engine wasn't at the gathering. No, it wasn't. But there was one quite similar to it.
Right.
This is Denver and Rio Grande Western 346, a C-19. And C-19 locomotives are all over the place. There's two of them at Knott's Berry Farm. There's, I think it is the 346, which is at the Colorado Railroad Museum in Golden. Mm-hmm. And I think they have another C-19 there as well.
Right.
What was at the gathering was a C-18.
Oh.
Okay. And a C-18 is different. It's different in a lot of ways than a C-19. It's a little bit smaller, lighter. The number one thing about it is the piston rod connects to the third axle instead of the second axle.
Does that give it more power, or
it just
longer
they
stroke?
say it made it a smoother ride. The C-18 was designed for passenger service.
Oh, okay.
And the C-19 was kind of a big freight, and it worked out really well. The Consolidation series started with the C-16, and there's a few of those around. None of them run. And then the C-17, and the C-18 and the C-17 are very, very similar. Anyway, this is really close to the C-18, which was numbered 425.
Oh, okay.
So it's actually the 315, Denver and Rio Grande 315 C-18, and it lives there on Cumbres. But just for the gathering, they backdated it to the 1890s, so it would look like a Victorian. So they put a different headlight. This is a fairly modern setup as you look at it. It's got an electric headlight, and they took the 315, the 318, they backdated it to the 425. So it had a whole different paint job, a different headlight. They really dressed it out to look early. This looks much later, and it isn't even the same engine. But just for fun, I thought, there is no model that I know of in large scale and in brass. A C-18 would be hard to find. It's an esoteric.
Yeah, this would have to suffice.
And it does a darn good job.
It does.
And until they redid the Mogul, I think this was the best engine that Bachmann ever did.
Right, I like it. It's really detailed. The little lamps in the front and everything. Wow.
It's got a good gearbox, which is important because so many of these didn't. Like all the later ones, the electronics are just under there.
Oh, easy to get to.
It's plug and play. You can just unplug the existing circuit board, plug in your sound system of your choice. Speakers already in there. The only thing about this locomotive that I don't care that much about, there's a couple of things that fortunately they didn't do with the re-release of the Mogul. They get better all the time. They still thought that gold-painted plastic would suffice for brass.
You can tell the difference between the bell and that.
Yeah, this is
just
brass.
Can't paint gold color.
This is gold-painted plastic.
Yeah.
Doesn't ever look right.
Nope.
Never will, never did.
Nope.
And don't do that. And then the other thing is they would just cast the whole thing out of black plastic and say, well, that looks like a black engine.
Yeah.
Paint is paint, plastic is plastic. Plastic looks like plastic, paint looks like paint.
Right.
And the Moguls are all beautifully painted. And this was just done in plastic, bare plastic. And it kind of looks it.
Yeah.
But there are fixes, and this is going to get dressed up a little, and maybe if we really feel inclined, we'll buy actual brass fittings. And
it's almost worth it.
That just looks so cheap.
It does.
It's such a neat model.
Right.
And such a strong runner, and everything about these. Bachmann really got this right.
Right. They did.
With a couple of misses there. The most noticeable, because the plastic, instead of paint, you can kind of overlook that.
Right.
A proper coal load would look better than the chunk of plastic.
It's too shiny.
It's too shiny.
It
doesn't look anything like coal.
Not really, no.
It just looks like a plastic thing with coal embossed into it.
Yeah.
But for me, I look at that and I just go, oh, please.
Right. It's not even,
Oh,
not even a
please.
gold color. It's like a tan.
It's just
terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a few things could be improved here, but overall, this was a great locomotive. The last few that they've done, and let's hope they do some more.
Right.
This is the last locomotive that Bachmann did that was completely unique.
Right.
And then they did a re-release of the Mogul.
Right.
And they've been kind of toying around with doing re-releases as opposed to making whole new locomotives from the ground up.
Right.
Nonetheless, and boy, do you see these around on garden railroads and in all kinds of places, and they're pulling long strings of trains and outdoor on rough track work and just... So it's an excellent, excellent, excellent model.
Yes.
With just a couple of little...
Just some to-dos.
Solvable.
Yeah.
Solvable
Right.
problems. But I'm very, very happy with it. And here again, I've never run it.
No, better take it in and
Let's take it in there and
see if it works.
And drive it up and down.
Right.
And it actually goes.
It does.
It goes.
Look at it go.
Like all of these, it has all these little switches so you can change the polarity and change the format from one to another and turn your electronics on and off. And
they made some improvements.
Vast improvements over the first generation Bachmann. And the big thing is they don't spin their
Thank
gears
goodness.
anymore.
How disappointing.
They just actually run. Anyway, there it is. There it is, and just a beautiful, beautiful model, and we will be running its wheels off on the railroad because it's designed.
That's what it's for.
It's designed to have its wheels run off.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's awesome.
Excellent. And it does look a certain amount like the 425
It
slash
does.
315 slash C-18 that was there at the gathering of Victorian locomotives.
Yeah.
Really, really close. And if you wanted to model Knott's Berry Farm,
there it is.
There you go. Or
there
if you wanted to model because this is the one from Golden, Colorado. Right there. Anyway, if you haven't been over to the channel, pop over to the channel. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. And the easy way, are we ready for it?
There it is.
Zoink! Blue button right there. Well, we're not sure how you found this video on the internet. We hope you didn't find it boring, and we will see you here on Sunday.
Right.
Because we're screwing around on Sunday. We'll see you then.
Okay, we'll see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.